certain position, and you have to listen to a lot of people who come to you and tell you all the troubles, problems, whatever. I sometimes find the need to somehow protect myself, because taking everybody's, negative emotions, they come in good faith, but they just need to talk and bring up all their problems. Sometimes it really takes a toll on myself. So is there a way to protect ourselves?
True. See, there are many ways to protect, but that is not permanent solution. It's like you can literally seal yourself, in the sense you can listen to them or hear them without hearing, but that is not the solution. Here I would say this is called a trend we have to create, especially when it comes to the corporate world. In a personal relationship you can be different, but in a corporate world, when you are in a position, as you said, you are in a position, when it comes, you have to take it very differently. How? This is how I look at corporate world, which I am not able to do with reference to personal relationship. I never say this way. There is a difference. If anybody comes to talk to me in a professional field, I'll ask him or her, now, are you coming to highlight a problem or looking for a solution? This is the first point to be highlighted, as we discussed before. Because everybody is the mixture of positive and negative. When it becomes more complicated, you can say in our life, both problem and solutions are there. So I am coming to you, especially when I am big boss. When people are coming to me, first I must learn to communicate to them. Very good, come, sit. Because they are not here, they are to pour out their frustrations. Because remember, you are not a mentor. If you are a mentor, you have to allow them to pour out. You have to be very clear. So when you are not a mentor, you don't have to allow them to pour out. That is their problem, where they have to pour out. But you are supposed to help them, to guide them, to find solution, provided if they look for solution. So you need to highlight then and there, yes, I am ready to discuss. Are you interested to look for solution, or you are highlighting problem? If you are highlighting problem, it will not work. Yes, in order to look for solution, I am discussing problem. Can you see the difference? In corporate world, especially nowadays, youngsters, I say, they are sometimes unreliable. Because they cannot take load for a long time. Short time they are the best deliver people. Long time they cannot. They break down very quickly, very fast. So in that case, what we need to do them is, before we need to talk to them, if possible time to time talk to them, maybe ask them to read success stories. And I personally have noticed, especially whenever I go to the companies, I try to highlight some success stories. You name it, anybody, you name it, anyone. In fact, before coming, I was trying to recollect one story I used to talk about Rex. marathon racer, the one who in the cancer field has contributed a lot. I was thinking of him today. Not only that, if you observe anybody who has really become successful in life, you name it, anybody, you look at yourself, you look at each one of you, can look at yourself. Whenever and wherever you have become successful, because you have gone through the problem. Without going through the problem, without going through the difficulties, nobody has become successful. But how you take it that? So in this case, I will tell openly that first openly you talk to them, that are we looking for solution or problem, or highlighting problem. If you are really highlighting problem, yes, you can tell, I can listen, but end result will be 0. So better come, today I listen to you, because first day you can reject. After listening, okay, fine, great. But what did we get after talking for half an hour? Next day, if you are coming, keeping the solution in mind, I am ready to listen to it. And in this case, what happens? You are not sealing yourself, you are opening yourself. In fact, not only you are keeping yourself open, you are allowing other person to open up. You will discover in that discussion there will be a different type of energy change, and I am sure this will give a new idea or new perspective. Good. Next. So no question, huh?
May I?
Yes.
I would like to ask you what happened when, for example, we have a difficult situation and we are feeling that we are struggled and panicked and freaking out, and in the next moment we are saying, okay, universe or God, take this problem and please do it for me, because I don't know what solution I need to choose for my best.
True.
Yes. And after that, in that very moment, you really feel peaceful and calm. Even the problem is there and the solution is not coming yet.
True, true.
And what happened between me and universe when I am doing this?
Yeah, very good. See, as we discussed this problem, all these things, honestly speaking, there is no problem in this world. Problem is with me, and because of sense of me and mind. The more I highlight, the more I give importance to the sense of me and mine, the more I create problem in my life. I am repeating. The more I highlight, or the more I give importance to the sense of me and mine, the more I create a problem for me. So when this is the case, now this sense of me and mine, I think we had discussed very elaborately in our this values class. Step by step we had discussed in details. If this is the case, and when I start praying without my knowledge, now the sense of me and mine subsides. That particular moment at least. So when the sense of me and mind subsides, automatically there is no problem for me at that moment. Mind becomes calm and quiet. But this is temporary. Again comes back. So we have to make it permanent. This is the beauty. Get the point? After some time again the problem comes back or not?
For example, when my mother was very ill and I was very far away and I cannot help her, that was a very difficult situation for me because she almost died and I was very upset. But when I said, okay, God, it's up to you, I just feel calm no matter what. And I understand that I am not the, I cannot do anything for her, just to support her. And after I said that, I feel peaceful and calm and aligned with everything. But in 1 hour or two, the panic come back, and after that I said, okay, now God, I let you, and come again. And that's all. And after that, in 2 days, I think I said, okay, let it go. And after that, my mother was very good. So I think that universe.
No, exactly. Thank you. This is a different case altogether.
That's
Whatever.
Something like this.
Yeah. This is great. Whatever you said, this is great. Sometimes this is called miracle, you can say. But a miracle is not reality. It's not regular. If anything is regular, you cannot call as miracle either. So we are talking about the regularity, not about miracle. Not about, because miracle is exception. And we should not and we cannot depend upon miracle. We should not and we cannot. But we have to depend upon the reality, day-to-day life. Because here I am talking, this is the main concept, whatever you said, great. In life, two things happens. We can look at it two ways. As we discussed this sense of me and mine. Either you can surrender the sense of me and mine, what you are saying, or you can resolve. If I cannot resolve, let me surrender. That's why whenever I surrender the sense of me and mine with the totality, with the universe, miracle happens. And when I resolve, it makes no difference whether a miracle happens or not. In fact, everything is miracle, including my breathing. If you ask me for me, let me be very honest. Every moment is a miracle for me. When I breathe out, after breathing out, when I breathe in, this is a miracle. Because there is no guarantee that I will be able to breathe in. Once goes out, over. If that fellow doesn't come back. So, either I can surrender, means allowing the sense of me and mind to subside, not to come to the forefront, not to dominate, or understanding their resolve means understanding their limitations. Every moment, not once in a while, then life is beautiful. So that might have happened that time. Okay? Good.
On the same line, does it help when somebody close is, has real problems? Does it help to pray for that person?
Prayer works. In fact, I have a plan to highlight this in Italy. Let us see. I do not know. Like, I highlight medicine is not important than the doctor. Doctor is always important than the medicine. In West, especially America, it came from America. Because America is a country has destroyed everybody and everything. Earlier, all over the world, doctors, whatever you call them, doctor or whatever, the one who helps to help you, was more important than what the person gives. You had a faith in the person. Nowadays what they did, you have faith in that prescription. Medicine companies, I am sorry to say. Suppose if you don't believe, if you don't trust that doctor or that hospital, will you recover? Have any sort of medicine, the best medicine you can have, you will never recover unless and until you trust that hospital or that doctor. In fact, the moment you started trusting, even if he does not give any medicine, simply give some water like homeopathy. This is my joke, okay? Don't worry. Don't take it seriously. Because I used, in my young time, I used to ridicule them. Hey, look, same water bottle you are pouring every time, same thing you are doing. What are you really giving, or namesake you are pouring some water? But it works. Don't ask me how and why. However, so it is not the medicine, it is the trust in the person. So if we really look at this way, if we start trusting, I am sure things will change. This is how I look at the situation. Only one thing is, we need to trust. Yes. Good. So after one question, we'll take a break, okay? Or no question means we'll take a break. Huh? No question, huh? Alex?
Well, I have I have my experience of the past, last month, but not only. It's something that affects me for a long time. That I have in my work, in my life, not only professional, also personal. I have, especially now, lots of things to do, and I cannot do it all, and this upsets me, and this makes me whatever sad or
true.
But mostly inefficient.
True.
So in this way, I cannot. It's worse for me to do. It's more difficult for me to do more things, and it's a chain reaction that I don't know how to manage. I'm unhappy with myself that I'm not able to do everything that I have to do or that I want to do.
Thank you. Understood in one line. Whether we like it or not, we all have to work. You have to work, I have to work, all of you have to work. Whether we are working intelligently or mechanically, that completely depends upon us. We all work, but whether I am working intelligently or mechanically, that I need to find out, I need to discover. If we observe our life, whenever I work mechanically, this is the problem comes, whatever you described. I am not getting into too much in details. It's like whenever mechanically we work, we run behind our mind. That's called mechanical work. Literally we run behind our mind. Now, when you run behind your mind, will you be able to catch? Impossible. Do you know why? Mind moves faster than the light, for your kind information. Because sunlight to fall on the earth takes some time. A star light to reach earth takes few days or few years. Whereas the moment you think of a star, already mind is there. Means mind is, the moment you say galaxy, Milky Way, you say anything, mind is there. So if mind is that fast, now by running behind your mind, will you be able to catch your mind? So we all get exhausted, or we develop sense of guilt, and because of that reason we become mechanical. And whenever I am mechanical, like a machine, you switch on air conditioning. Air conditioning is not that interesting example. Fan is the best example for understanding the mechanism. Switch on the fan, that fellow keeps moving. Even if you switch off also, it keeps moving. Takes its own time to settle down. That is called mechanical. So, first of all, in my life, I have to understand that I have to work. In fact, as long as I am working, that long I am alive. Breathing itself is action. Sitting is another action. Sleeping is another action. That means I have to work. As long as I am acting or action is taking place, that long I am alive. But these actions, whatever is happening, is it mechanical or intelligent? That I need to decide. That's why only human beings can decide. And more I work intelligently. Okay, how to work intelligently? You may ask this question. Quickly, I can summarize. If I observe, they say very nicely, in 1 hour of time, mind has got capacity to receive 60,000 thoughts. Okay. Now new study is going on now, every day more and more is happening now. In fact, I was looking at I saw in a day 6 million thoughts. This is another study. I do not know how, but let us look at. If this is the case, what I will do? Where I stand? But what I do is, thoughts keep coming. But which thought I should give importance? Which thought I should give priority? Based on that I work. This is my point. So wherever I give priority, based on my priority, consciously or subconsciously, both. Based on the priority, my action takes place. So if I know how to, fantastic. So if I know how to prioritize, and based on not my need, but based on the growth. This is the point I would like to highlight. All of us, we prioritize. Not that we do not. Even if a child also prioritizes to play, to get the chocolate. You do not know how the child prioritizes, how the child plans to get one chocolate. How many ways the child plays. I remember I was playing with one child, I cannot think of. The child did not know what is chocolate. Because this is what I spoil children. Because which child do not know what is chocolate, I will give the chocolate once, twice, because I observe the emotions, that is what my life. Then next moment when you say chocolate, how the child reacts. Second time what happens, third time, fourth time you should see. And I was behind one child. Then he was, started climbing up me, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Finally he discovered, from a distance, chocolate is coming from this room. That means this room is the storehouse of the chocolate. He tried to enter that room. So what I am trying to say is, different method he applied to get the chocolate. I was shocked. In fact, parents and everybody was amused. How the child prioritizes. So we all prioritize. But whether it is for our growth, or we consider it is a need, or it is our fancy, we need to find out that. That intelligence only is being given to the human being, not to any living beings. So as long as I am prioritizing for my growth, here growth means emotional growth, not a financial growth, don't worry. Not even if intellectual growth. Intellectual growth is painful. Present day situation, present day education system is a really painful situation. Literally is a pain on our neck, whether you accept it or not. Because present day generation, if you look at these youngsters, highly intellectual. A small child, as I say all the time, I am really interacting with the children, I myself is getting confused. The way they are smart, in front of them, I really, honestly speaking, do not know anything. A 5-year child, if he talks in front of me, honestly speaking, I don't know anything. The amount of information that child is having, you can't handle that child. But if you look at emotionally, they are so fragile. So I need not intellectual growth, because intellectual growth comes based on my exposure. Remember this. From our childhood, we all were taught, like A for apple, they will show one apple. So you get exposed to the picture. So when you get exposed to the picture, now you learned one language called apple. Get the point? So the more you get exposed, the more you become intellectually strong. So to become intellectually strong, you don't have to really do anything. Just get exposed. Whereas, while getting exposed, how you look at them, how you respond to that is called emotional growth. Your attitude towards that, your response towards that, when you are conscious about that, in fact, I would like to say openly, not what you grab, what you gather in a situation, but how to use it helps you to grow up emotionally. So when work to grow up emotionally, or keeping the emotional growth as my priority, when I start working, honestly speaking, I have plenty of time. I don't have to run. And moreover, I'll discover it's like a child. We all do that. Hand over the child a blackboard and chalk and duster, eraser. What the child will do? Teach them, well, right? God knows what will write. So you will think that child is busy. Busy for what? Good for nothing. Does it happen or not, child case? Everywhere, if you can go to any house, whether the child is there or not, you can make out from the wall. And of course, all the objects will be in the higher stage place. That is secondary. From the walls, you can make out the child is there or not. Same thing happens to all of us. We are busy for what? Let me ask myself, I do ask myself, I am busy for what? If I am really busy for my emotional growth, because nothing is going to be with me, please understand, especially in my crisis, in my difficult situations, nothing is going to be with me. Nothing is really going to be really helpful to me. Yes, they will do their job. But real help will come from my emotional maturity, emotional growth. So in my life, if emotional maturity is the first priority, I will discover all this work has got their place and relaxed way. I have to do it, even if I cannot do. So what? Because as I say all the time, I have not taken contract to do anything for anybody. Even if you are a father, you have not taken contract to do anything for your child. Remember this. I am sorry to use this strong word, but I am telling you. Because who are you? You just happen to be a father. I am using the word you just happens to be a father. The child has got its own, you can say prarabdha, one's own way of living. If you don't want to use this prarabdha word, way of living. You just happens to be a father. In fact, you are not a father, you are just a facilitator. We all are just a facilitator. Suppose you are facilitating me to do something. If I don't make use of it, is your problem or my problem? But if you no, it's your problem. Suppose you think no, it is your problem, not my problem. Something is wrong with you. Every parent do the same thing or not? If something goes wrong with the children, it's our problem. Child will do some mistake, the parents will not sleep. What a logic. And I don't understand. If child has a problem, that fellow will make mistake. I have done in my life, I have seen. As a child, I make mistake and I sleep happily. Happily I will sleep. Poor parents will not sleep all night. So life is very simple if we decide to make it simple. Thank you. We'll take a break.